What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see back behind me, on what's turning out to be a little bit of a warm day compared to the kind of cool spell we've had lately. It's supposed to be in the low to mid 80s out here. Humidity's not supposed to be too bad though, so it should be a good day to get some testing done. I've done one so far that didn't impress me at all, and I've got a couple more left. This one right here should be some really good 357 SIG. So the jelly contraption's ready to roll with a couple of chronos and 2 blocks of gel. Only that one test done so far, and it stayed way back here, so we got plenty of room to get this one done. Heavy clothing barrier up front as always, with a layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And what we got for this one, as y'all can see by that blue and yellow package, is some more good old buffalo bore, which means we are in store for pretty much guaranteed good performance. This time I've got his 357 SIG round. This is the 125 grain low flash, he calls it now. Talks a lot about it being low flash, so it must really be some good stuff. Obviously, we're not going to be able to tell that out here because I'm in the daylight, but take that for what it's worth. 125 grain, he's saying 1,425 feet per second, which would give you 564 foot-pounds. So really nice stuff right there. Several different barrel lengths that he always tests out of, so I'm not sure exactly which one that was gotten out of. There you can see that good old neck down 357 SIG cartridge, brass case with that 125 grain projectile. I'm assuming that's an XTP, and 125 grain, in my opinion, is where 357 SIG should be. That way you know that it's not just somebody stuffing a 9mm projectile in the 357 SIG case. Now, like always, I'm gonna run a couple different barrel lengths out here. You've got the Glock 31 basically here. It's my 22 with the 31 in it. So you got a 4.5-inch barrel right there with your G31, and then this one basically is a G33 here with a 3.5-inch barrel. So like I always mention, if you've got a 32, you're basically right in between these as far as performance. So there's really no hoping needed right here as far as performance. I know we're gonna see some good stuff. Let's get this set up and see what it does. All right, let's see what kind of numbers we're working with here. I'm gonna do a 5-round average from each barrel length, starting with the long one here first, the 31. Now you will see multiple readings from this radar. Your large numbers right here at the muzzle, and then you've got 5 across the bottom. The first one there is set for 3 yards, which is roughly where the gel is here at 10 feet. And then the others are set for 10, 15, 25, and 50 yards. Now remember, he's saying 1425. I didn't look at what barrel or what he got that out of. So I expect we're gonna see pretty close to that right here. I'll be surprised if we too far off. That feels good. 1519. See, I didn't want to give him too much credit, but I figured it was going to be a 1511, 1488, 1545, and 1517. So this is some good stuff right here. Let's check out the average. All right, so well above and beyond that 1425, we had a 5-round average of 1,516 feet per second. Now we did have an extreme spread here of 57 with a 20.4 standard deviation, which is very unusual from buffalo bore. So take that for what it's worth. We've seen one drop down to 1488. I mean, there's all kind of factors could be at play here. So again, take that for what it's worth. That's very unusual to see from buffalo bore. All that being said, it don't really matter, because even the low or the high would get the job done and is better than or stronger than any plus P plus 9 that you're gonna find. It's basically 9 super is how I think about 357 SIG. So good stuff so far. Let's reset it and see what the short barrel does. All right, let's see what the short barrel does. After seeing that right there from the longer barrel, I suspect we're gonna hit 1425 even with this, or be, again, dangerously close. Let's see what we get here. 1427, 1431, 1449, 1407, and 1419. So absolutely fantastic performance. Let's check out the average. All right, once again, some fantastic stuff, and it met and exceeded that 1425. Matter of fact, the 5-round average was 1,427. Even our low was 1,407. So still fantastic stuff at this short barrel. Now we did again had an extreme spread of 43 with a 15.8 standard deviation. So once again, take that for what it's worth. I don't know what the deal is there, because again, usually buffalo bore is incredibly consistent, way more than this. And this right here, don't get me wrong, to me that's no big deal for EDC defensive type stuff, but just a little bit unusual and something to look at. But 1427 here, and if you remember on the longer barrel, it was 1516. So you're talking about, what's that? not quite 100, 89 feet per second difference right there. So pretty decent difference. All that being said, I think these are going to do a beautiful job in the gel. And if I was guessing, I would say they're going to be very, very similar as far as performance, regardless of the difference in velocity. But let's get everything reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, let's protect your eyes while you're getting after the bad guys jelly time. We'll put one through each barrel length into the gel, starting with this long one first. We should see some good stuff here. I'm really curious about the penetration. I expect probably, I mean, it could be a little short on that first block, about 15, but it could go on out to about 17, 18. Let's just see what happens. All right, perfect placement on that one. Let me go see what I got. All right, y'all, that right there is looking incredibly nice. I expect this G30 is going to give us near identical performance down there. Let's see what happens. Another beautiful placement. I'm on a roll today, y'all. Let's go check this out. All right, let's check out what we got down here. Absolutely fantastic performance from both of these barrel lengths. This one down here from the 33, I was actually going to say before I sent this one here that we were probably going to get a little more penetration and less expansion, and we definitely did, which makes total sense. But again, both of these are absolutely beautiful. On the top, that's the longer barrel from the 31, comes in here, immediate disruption, very, very nice energy transfer right there. I mean, that's probably close to 600 foot-pounds right there, so that ain't no joke. All the way through this block here, and about, like I said, I bet you're right there at 15 inches, and you got some really nice expansion. And one thing I'm noticing is I maybe see a couple of tiny little fragments, but that shows you right there one of the benefits of using a 125 instead of just stuffing a standard 9mm projectile in the case. And then of course up underneath that was the one from the 33. Once again, absolutely fantastic performance. Couple little speckles from some fragmentation here, but once again, not much. Again, all the way through this first block. Now this one again goes a little bit further, passes into the second block and goes maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, and once again, very, very nice expansion to go with it. Well, let's see how far they went. The one on the top there from the longer barrel, that one is at exactly 15 inches, so absolutely beautiful right there. And then the shorty down there, that one's at 17 3/4. So once again, fantastic from both of these. And then here's your close-up look. Again, this is just some really, really nice performance. Top longer barrel, bottom shorter barrel. They look about the same really up through this first block here, other than the extra distance right there. There you can see very, very nice expansion from that one, and same here. Looking from the top is going to be a little bit tough because they're right stacked on top of each other, but you can see there, no matter how you look at them, this is some very, very nice performance right here. All right, let's check out these projectiles. Very, very nice stuff here. Once again, this one is from your longer barrel 31. This is from the 33. Definitely a difference here. I'm sure you can already see. Bigger piece of lead right here because it expanded more. And then if you look from the side, like I always show you, those pedals all the way down to the base, these left a little bit. Now, all that being said, I'm nitpicking here just to show you differences because both of these, again, did a very, very nice job. But let's get some numbers and see what we're looking at. They both started at 125. This one from the 31 is at 119.2, so a little bit of loss right there, but not a whole lot. This one from the 33 is at 116.6, so a little more loss right there. And you can see, like I showed you on that one, a couple bigger pieces of lead right there, but still not a whole lot of loss from either one. And then for your sizes, we'll do the 31 first. You got 5.55 and and 5.82, so very, very nice expansion right there. And then from the 33, you got 5.02 and 5.05, so not quite as much as this one from the longer barrel, but once again, both of these I think did a really, really nice job. And there you go, y'all, the Buffalo Bore 357 SIG low flash. Very nice stuff right here. Incredibly nice performance from both of these barrel lengths. There really was no doubt at all. Once you see Buffalo Bore, you see that yellow and blue package with that buffalo on it, you know you are in for some good performance, and it did not disappoint once again right here. Very, very nice performance. Again, as far as the low flash claim to it, that's something that, you know, I'm not going to test that myself. If y'all are interested in that, that doesn't take any fancy equipment besides a set of eyes in the dark, so I'll let y'all handle that one. But as far as just the performance of it, I think, again, you got another very, very nice round right here. All right, y'all, thankfully this test here made up for that first pitiful test that I started the day with. This is another one that definitely speaks for itself as far as the performance. Really, really nice job from both of these barrel lengths out here. It's a 125 projectile. Again, I think that's the way 357 SIG is meant to be. You got beautiful penetration, expansion, tons of energy. So this right here would definitely take care of pretty much any job you might run up against. But let me know what y'all think about it down in the comments, especially those of y'all that run 357 SIG. Let me know what y'all think about this one right here. Let me know what you might run instead of this. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. A quick reminder, as always, if you're doing any kind of shopping, hit up those affiliate links in the video description. Anything you pick up after checking out those links helps out the channel, so I really do appreciate that. Huge thanks again to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got one more test for out here today that should be pretty good, so make sure you stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.